How many rock stars are you bringing to your upline for vision casting and welcome calls? Rock stars. Bring rock stars. Somebody with massive potential who's at least open. That's who you bring. Guys, it's your job to do the legwork of casting vision on the front end. Bring us people who are open. How many welcome calls are you doing for your downline? If you're a Ruby and you're a senior Ruby, your welcome calls, we don't discriminate. We should be doing them for everybody. Because you can't count on a silver to be able to cast that vision on the front end. I expect my Rubies at this point, you should know when you bring me somebody if they're open or not, because I've taught you how to cast vision. You can't assume that with your silvers and your golds, okay? So as a Ruby and a senior Ruby, you need to be available for those welcome calls, at least to model several on the front end. Okay, consistently and intensely IPA. Second, personal growth. How hungry are you for growth inwardly? Are you really tackling personal growth with an intensity to really change something about yourself? If you're not reading something and listening to something and immediately thinking, how does this apply to me? Or who on my team does this apply to? Then knowledge is useless. Knowledge not applied is useless. Save yourself the time. Don't bother. There has to be application. Are you learning and applying and then learning and applying, or are you just over-consuming? We like to over-consume and call ourselves working, right? Call it consumption mode. Okay, consistently and intensely, IPA, personal growth, vision casting. Are you excited and passionately casting vision for your team? If not, why? If you're not excited, why? What have you stopped pouring into yourself that has watered down your excitement? And what can you do to get that back? Are you modeling what it looks like to cast vision? And are you making yourself available to teach this skill to your team? Listen, if I'm going to teach my team a skill, I always set the expectation that I'll do this for you. Then we'll do it together, and the idea is that you're going to go do it. People say, I don't have time to do all these welcome calls and vision casting calls and three-way calls. You don't have to do it forever. You have a responsibility. Show them how to do it. Model it for them. Do it with them. Ask if you can listen to them do their first one, or their second one, or their third one. And then the idea is that they're going to go and do it without you. I don't vision cast for most of the leaders in here. They do. But you've got to set the expectation that this should be trickling down. They should then be going and doing the same thing for their team. Let me show you how to vision cast, and then let me listen to you do it. IPA, personal growth, vision casting. Branding. Guys, is your store open every day? Listen, if your store looks like a flea market, like people don't know what they're getting with you, they don't know what you stand for, they don't know what you're about, it's just cluttered, it's all over the place. Let me tell you a real quick way to narrow down what your branding should look like. I want to help blank with blank. I want to help blank with blank. And then most of your posts should be hitting that niche, that audience. It's okay to have more than one. I want to help new believers come to know how to grow in their walk with Jesus. Okay, it's one of mine. I want to help moms know how to organize their life. That's why I talk about time blocking. I want to help people who struggle with their weight their whole entire life feel like they have some sort of control over what they're doing and their movement, whatever. I want to help people who want more for their life build a business. There you go. I4. I want to help blank with blank. And then you serve your audience by doing that. If you're not showing up consistently, people can't trust that that's what they'll find with you. Think about it. When's the last time you went to a flea market looking for something very specific? Never. They ain't gonna find it there, right? But if you walk up in Chick-fil-A, you know exactly what to expect. God's chicken. Are you clear on who you're talking to and what kind of person you're hoping to attract? Guys, listen. I have people tell me all the time, I want to attract somebody who's fun and outgoing and positive and a leader. And I'm like, okay, show me 5 posts that show that you are that person. Oh, well, I don't have that on there. Okay, well, the person's busy being fun and outgoing and a leader, and that's what they're looking for. Are you being who you hope to attract? You won't attract what you want. You'll will attract what you are. So showcase it. Figure out how to exemplify it. Okay, coaching. Are you intentional with your top 20%? At Ruby and Senior Ruby, you probably have one, maybe two people that need your undivided one-on-one coaching. I know most of us in here have rank-specific group coaching, right? So there's somewhere for your golds to plug in, your senior golds to plug in. There's somewhere for rubies to plug in, senior rubies to plug in. Guys, those are there as scaffolds to free you up to continue to develop and recruit new business builders. Be very, very intentional who you are coaching. If they're showing up to every single thing, if they're producing, if they're hungry for change in their life, that's somebody that I would be putting a star next to and saying, does this person owe my time? If any one of those three are missing, they're not your top 20%. Sorry, I just made flick y'all heard. They're not your top 20%. It's not what you wish that they were doing. My mama used to say, wish in one hand and the other and see which one fills up. Yeah. Right? I don't know why my mama taught me that. One of my things. It's not what you wish they were doing. It's what they're actually showing you. And sometimes it's hard to draw that boundary. I have people on my team that I really deeply love. And you know what? I have to feel confident in myself as a leader that I put systems and tools in place that they can be successful. It just might not be with one-on-one access to me, and that's okay. When you set boundaries, you give your team permission to set the same boundaries. You don't want them dragging folks, you stop dragging folks. Are you paying attention to what could be holding them back, and are you willing to help them overcome? And listen, Brittany's the coaching guru, so you're going to get that in a little bit. All right, and systems. Are you plugging your people into systems? Are you teaching your people exactly what you're doing so that it's duplicatable? If what you're doing cannot be duplicated, it is not beneficial for your team. If I drop dead tomorrow, I need people on my team to be able to pick up what I'm doing and keep right on going. Okay? You're doing welcome calls for your team so that they're trained and able to do themselves. Are you plugging people into a retention system? Are you holding your team accountable for utilizing the systems? Are you putting people into the gut groups to help build product belief? Are you utilizing team events available to you? Nothing is funnier to me when someone will say, hey, can you do an online product event for my team? And I'll say, interesting, there's a team-wide one tomorrow night. Have you plugged them into that one? Utilize the events that are there for you. It's why leaders take time out of their life to do them. Okay, the last one, D, discipline. Disciplined people were not born this way. Okay? Christina, I don't know how you do what you do. You're so disciplined. Nope, I'm not. I just have a really big vision. We didn't come out of the womb and decide to just constantly do things even when we don't feel like it. We aren't just naturally gifted at self-denial. Right? No one's like, oh, deny yourself. That'll be fun. We just make a choice. The alternative is bigger and better. My biggest tip for discipline is time blocking. And then keep promises to yourself every day. Gave you a time blocking sheet, because some of you tell me this is really hard. It's on the back of your handout. It's kind of sort of what my daily planner looks like. I'm going to show you how I time block. And I can't claim this. Brittany taught me everything I know in pretty much every area of my life. All right, so if you're looking at your time blocking sheet, what I want you to do right this second is block off what time you take a shower every day. If you take a shower at 7 a.m., write shower. 8 a.m., whatever. And if you don't take a shower at the same time every day, you need to time block. Okay, write in what time you would prefer to work out. Write in what time you're driving kids to school and picking them up. Write in what time you're cooking supper. And then an hour or two after that for family time. Write in what time you bathe kids if you're the kid bather.
Only one of mine.
If you work outside the home, you can go ahead and time block that in. If you have Monday Night Live, 9 p.m., block that in. Group coaching, you're on that, block that in. basically right this second is just filling in time that you've already assigned. I have to time block my husband in too, y'all. I'm not even kidding.
I'm about to be.
Sometimes I open my planner and he's time blocked himself. I don't have a planner. Twice a day. Alright, but for real. So time, you're basically what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to just take an inventory of time that you've already given away. And the idea is, as you're time blocking this, some of you need to time block in 30-minute increments, maybe you need an hour, whatever. You'll find pockets of time that you've given yourself an out to aimlessly scroll or nap or redo a project at home or Pinterest yourself to death. You'll find those pockets of time that then you'll feel empowered to reassign. Guys, it's not more time that you need. It is just more intentionality. Want to know how I know? Anybody pay attention to those few months of quarantine? People who swore, if I just had more time, my house would be filthy. If I had more time, I would be skinny. I would be working out every day. No, they gained the COVID-20. It's not more time. It's more intentionality. Okay. Time and time again, when studies are done on successful people, the most common denominator between them is self-discipline. In an article, quoting 25 of the greatest self-made men in history, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, said, listen, he said, and I feel the same way. He said, I've never been surprised about what happened to me. I've put in hard work to get to this point. It's like when you're becoming a lawyer. If you're busting your blank, you're not surprised when you get a degree. I came in to win. This is why I stay up late while other people are sleeping. This is why I didn't go buy a house in the Hamptons. Everybody made their first million. They went to the Hamptons. What did P. Diddy do? He kept right on working. Self-discipline is not something that you should wish that you had more of. It is something that you should go create for your life. Guys, and discipline spills over into every single area of your life. Trust me, fight me on it. Go get discipline on your macros and tell me that your fitness doesn't improve, your time blocking doesn't improve, your business doesn't improve, your marriage will. I'm telling you, get disciplined in any area and it will spill over into the rest of your life. So,